Good evening. My name is Nick Sturgeon, President of the Speedway Town Council. It is July 28th, 2025 at 7:02, and I call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Nick Sturgeon, President of the Speedway Town Council. It is July 28th. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and with liberty and justice for all. We'll continue with introductions. To my far right is Town Manager Grant Kleinheinz.
Good evening.
Next to him is Councilor Sarah Gardner.
Good evening.
Next to her is Councilor Sean Harold.
Good evening.
To my far left is Town Attorney Ted Nolting.
Good evening.
Next to him is Town Clerk Treasurer Philip Faust.
Good evening.
Next to him is Councilor Vince Nuplet.
Good evening.
And to my immediate left is Vice President Jason DeLisle.
Good evening.
So one quick point of order.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to amend our agenda to address a payment plan for Brickyard Flats and Legends.
I'll second it.
Any comments, questions, or discussion? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor to amend tonight's agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. And we'll add that just before the approval and claims.
8.5.
Yeah, 8.5.
3/4.
Yeah. All right, moving on to item 2, approval of minutes from the July 14th, 2025 meeting.
I'll make a motion for approval of minutes for the July 14th meeting.
I'll second.
Any comments, questions, discussion? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. Item 3, memorandum, approval of memorandum of administrative session of the Speedway Town Council on July 14th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any comments, questions, discussion? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. Item number 4, approval of the down payment for Public Works truck. Grant?
Yes, so you approved the purchase a couple of months ago for 2 new tandem axle salt trucks equipped with new dump beds. The low bid was for Stoops Freightliner. They have contacted us, and Philip, jump in with any other comments that you might have. There is a tariff fee of about $1,500 per vehicle. If we make a down payment, we will save that tariff fee. So for the 2 vehicles, it would save us roughly $3,000. So we're asking you to approve, Philip, to go ahead and make that down payment to avoid that extra $3,000.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any comments, questions, discussion? All right, hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. Item 5, approval of quote from Southside Harley-Davidson for police motorcycle replacement. Grant?
Yes, so every 5 to 6 years, we replace our motorcycle fleet. We have 5 Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Our police department solicited quotes from several different organizations. The lowest quote was from Indianapolis Southside Harley-Davidson in the amount, including balance after trade, transfer of equipment, etc., in the amount of $45,505. We are asking for your approval tonight to approve the police department to go ahead and order those vehicles. The bad news is they are on about a 6 to 8 month production lag, so we will not receive these until probably January or February. But if we don't order them now, that's just going to keep pushing that back. These are paid for from the motorcycle fund. Those There's a good significant balance in there, and we only do this every 5 to 6 years. So I'll answer any questions that you might have.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Comments, questions, discussion? All right, hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. Item number 6, approval of pay request number 1 to Midwest Paving, Inc. for the 25th Street Reconstruction Project Grant.
Yes, so we have not done this typically before in the past, but we have not had a large capital improvement project really until these couple of projects we have this year. But tonight, I'm asking you to approve payment. A claim has been submitted for Midwest Paving for the 25th Street project. The payment is in the amount of $334,685.30. And this will bring that contract remaining to about $2,049,570. I'll answer any questions that you might have.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Any comments, questions, discussion?
Grant, can you give the public the estimated date of
Yes.
when this is going to be completed?
Yeah, so the contract calls for the project to be completed in November. We have had some weather delays. That's not a secret. We have had more rain days in June and July than were expected, which caused the base to fail, pushing that completion out a little further. They're estimating about a 2-week time delay for these rain days. We are arguing with them somewhat over that. We believe that's a little much. But you'll notice they did put the base is passed on the section that was torn up from Lyndhurst to the western edge of the school property. The curb line has been put in on the south side. They are supposed to install curb today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and asphalt, the base course of asphalt should be going in by the end of the day Friday. There is a little concern that's going to cause some issues with pickup and drop off of kids and the school traffic. School starts on Friday, but we are working closely with the schools. We think this is going to be wrapped up by the end of November. So about a week and a half to 2 weeks after the original date.
So that's, sorry, did you have another question?
No, I wanted to clarify, is that all the way to Parkwood?
Yes, yeah, for this phase of the project,
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
Yep, to Parkwood.
That
Now,
was-
we are designing Parkwood to high school. That will not be constructed, my guess, until next year. With the rain, it's just not going to be able to get done.
Right.
But the portion from Lyndhurst to Moeller by, hopefully, if not by, well,
Oh, yeah.
This
there's
first
more.
part.
Current
the
section.
current section, not hopefully by the end of the week, but maybe. we'll end it
Drivable
next
by,
week.
I'm going to say it's going to be next week, but
Okay.
asphalt should be going down on Friday.
Okay.
And drivable means not necessarily fully complete. We will wait to do the final coat of asphalt until the entire project is wrapped up. They'll do it in one course, and it'll be better for us and the road. When you get seams that allows water to get in, that water freezes, the freeze and thaw will pop the asphalt, and that's where you get troubles.
Any other comments or questions?
I guess the only other comment would just be, with school starting Friday, I guess, for those of you out there with children that go to the high school, just be prepared for, maybe give yourself a little bit of extra time for drop off in the morning, with that section being closed.
Yeah,
So-
because isn't drop off in the front?
It depends.
Or
Now,
how
having
they-
2 kids gone through the high school, you can drop off at a number
Okay.
of locations, front and 2 in the back by the cafeteria, by the band doors.
Okay. hopefully
So
we
there's
got that
enough,
figured out, that there's not
the
just
kids
traffic.
get their preference pretty quickly and
Okay.
where they want to
Where
be
they wanna
dropped
go.
off. So
Okay.
it's just going to be a matter of
Some growing
adjusting
pains. Yeah.
for maybe the first few days of
Yep.
school. And hopefully Dr. Trebley and the high school administration will get some communication
Yeah,
out.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, I know that Rob Wetnight has been in conversations with Eric Roseborough, but that's a fluid situation. They'll kind of communicate every day, and things may change. It's unfortunate. This should not be happening, but the rain has caused the issue.
Well, I will just say this as another comment. We may want to get with the police department to help with traffic control
Yeah,
right there off
I
of
know
the
that
side.
request has been made, and I will follow up with Chief.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, any further discussion? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. Item 7, approval of supplemental agreement for the 25th Street Reconstruction Project Phase 2 design contract with Kessler Consulting. Grant.
Yes, so I emailed the council last week. This agreement has actually already been signed by me. It's within my authority to do, but I did want to put it on the agenda to have you memorialize that. Due to the concern and issue we've had with the base in the current part of the project, as we design the next phase, we're going to put about $8,000 extra into this contract to hire Alt and Witzig to do some further investigation with the soil testing to make sure we know a little better what's going to happen with the next phase. So $8,000, a very reasonable price increase for that design contract, and I recommend approval of this.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Any comments, questions, discussion?
Grant, my question is, hopefully the goal, right, would be to save on the back end, like where
Yeah.
time and money with
Yep.
having this investment now, knowing what
Yeah,
we
because,
know.
because we're going to put it into the bid, we think we will not have the issues we've had with the base now. It will be demanded that they do the various stabilization, either lime or concrete, and hopefully the soil testing will help us know whether, or even to what extent
We need
we need to put into that bid.
Okay. Makes
We talked about this earlier. It was somewhat of a catch-22. We decided, hey, if we put it in, maybe the bid would have been higher and it would have been worse. Or maybe the change order is going to be worse. We kind of rolled the dice on that, hoping that it would pass. I think we believed it would pass, and we've just had issues. Mostly because of the rain.
Yeah.
So just to clarify for the public, though, we did the roll test.
Yeah, the roll test on the current section that's open was done about a week and a half ago. It passed. There were 3 parts that didn't, but they have since dug those out, put better base, geotech, and established, and those passed. That's why the curb
Okay.
has been poured on the south side of the road.
And just tell the public what the roll test is, so they.
Yeah, so a proof roll is nothing more than a heavy laden dump truck driving across a road to look for soft spots. So if the tires sink in, you know that part is not good. You do that because a base is the most important thing in a road or a house or anything. If it's not good, you're going to get a road that doesn't last as long. We think this will make this road a 15 to 20-year road, whereas we really only got 10 years out of the previous road.
Yep.
Because the base had issues.
Yep, thank you.
Any other comments, questions, discussion? All right, hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. So on this one, item 8, point of order, going to ask for unanimous consent before the actual motion goes. But item 8 is ordinance number 1411, and ordinance amending ordinance 1403, 1406, 1407, 1408, and 1409, establishing job and salaries to be paid certain offices, positions, and jobs within the town of Speedway, Indiana for the year 2025. Philip.
Thank you. As the council has been aware over, I think, at least the last year or so, we've noted some of the difficulties we're having with competition for our more skilled employees at the sewer and water plants. And we are unfortunately losing another assistant superintendent in the near future. And so we are hoping to bring in an employee who's been extended a offer contingent upon your approving this ordinance, which would allow us to do a pay increase over what we currently allow for this position. So it would, with regards to Exhibit A, if you're looking at page 2 of 3, and you're going to go down to the green section, and you're going to see wastewater, assistant superintendent. The new base salary for that we're proposing is $78,000, and then immediately below that, the person that we would be hiring into this position, although in the future, if someone else that had a different position took on this additional position we're creating, which is pretreatment coordinator, that would be a stipend that goes specifically for the person who follows that role. And at least with the employment offer that's been extended right now, that'd be the same person that would take both of those roles, and they would get those $78,000 plus the $6,000.
All right, so I'm going to ask for a motion for unanimous consent to pass this in one reading tonight.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve on unanimous consent.
I'll second.
All those in favor, well, actually, any comments or questions, discussion on the unanimous consent motion? All right, now I will call for a vote. All those in favor of passing this ordinance 1411 with unanimous consent, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? It passes 5-0. Now the motion.
Now I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 1411.
I'll second.
All right, any comments, questions, discussion? I'll just reiterate it, what Philip said. It's between these skilled laborers positions and some others. I mean, it's hard for towns of our size to be competitive. This individual coming in, thankfully, he's worked for the town prior. He left on good terms, and I'm personally think this is one of those areas that we need to have somebody who knows their stuff in that position.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right, any other comments, discussion? All right, hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor of passing ordinance number 1411, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. All right, now to our item 8.5. This is the plan and settlement with Brickyard Flats and Legends. Philip.
Thank you. As we've been discussing for a little while now, there are two apartment complexes in town, residents at Brickyard Flats and residents at the Legend. Both of those are identified as LLCs, I guess, as we're establishing the clear motion here, who have developed significant arrears on their water and sewer bills. My office has been working with them for some time now to try to come to a resolution of that, and I think we're close. And with Ted's assistance, we have some broad parameters of how we would like to handle that, and I would ask for your blessing to do so and to further negotiate those specific terms on behalf of the town so that we can hopefully bring them into compliance. The sums are significant, or at least from my perspective, and so want to do everything we can to secure those.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All right, any comments, questions, discussion?
I just want to thank Philip and his office for staying on top of this. As you mentioned earlier, this sum is significant. So on behalf of the town, appreciate you staying on top of it and doing everything we can to collect our debt.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions?
No, I just think that we've talked about this, obviously. This is a challenging one because, like we've said, the residents are paying but we're not receiving payment. So this is a really difficult, we could have to make some difficult decisions that we don't want to do. We want to just, like you said, get the funds, move on, and hopefully bridge that gap and move forward. Hopefully that's the case, and that's what we want to see with these apartments. So, but yeah, I think that's a good thing for the residents to understand, is that your money's not being collected to the town. So that's something to be worrisome about a little bit if you live in those. I would want to know that if I lived there. So hopefully we'll, continue. You guys are working really hard on this to get our funds back, but this is a significant amount of money, and we hope that is collected soon.
Yeah, and I will add not only what we're paid in arrears, but also going forward, so this doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
I think that it's important to show that, that they as a business have a responsibility
Right.
to meet, and they have not been meeting it. And one of the options we could have done is shut the water off, but that is a very, very difficult, hard decision to make because of the number of people that would be affected by that, who were doing the right
Who were
thing,
paying.
but the property owners, managers had not been doing the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I do believe this outstanding amount does include interest and penalties. I know that Philip and his office has been levying those as they're able to.
All right, anything else? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor of approving, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. All right, item 9, approval of claims and utility adjustments. Philip?
Thank you. I do have both for you this evening with regards to claims. They are for the, they both cover the period of July 10th through July 23rd of this year. The claims are on 13 pages, and they total $2,864,190.81. You might notice some of the items on here that aren't here every month are some of our bond payments. Our various lease bond payments are on a July schedule, a lot of them, so you'll see those on here. The adjustments is just one adjustment on one page, and I would ask for your approval.
Make a motion to approve our claims and claims.
I'll second that motion.
Any comments, question, discussion? Hearing none, I will call.
Sorry, did you say claims and utility adjustments?
I started down that path and stopped. You want me, here, let me do another motion.
There is one adjustment,
Yeah.
so
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there's just one.
maybe it got stapled to the back of your.
Oh, yeah, okay, I missed that one.
Yeah.
Let me look at it real quick.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, should I try this again? I'll make a motion to approve our claims and utility adjustments.
I'll second.
All right, any comments, questions, discussion? Hearing none, I will call for a vote. All those in favor to approve, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. All right, town manager report. Grant?
I have no report, but I do want to report, I do have a report, I guess, that we did have another successful race weekend, no major issues. Obviously, 40 to 50,000 people getting out of town is not 350 to 400,000 people. And other than the rain in one of the turns, I think the race went off well. The community had a good weekend, and as always, we're grateful to have IMS and all the dollars and things that they bring into our community. So with that, I have nothing else to report.
All right. Anything for Grant? All right, we'll move on to counselor reports. Sarah?
Yeah, kind of echoing off that with the Brickyard, I just wanted to thank IMS. We have a great relationship with them. One of our perks of council is receiving tickets occasionally to events, and so I was able to actually bring my dad to the Brickyard. That was the first time he's been able to go to the track since his stroke, and so we had a flawless time, and it's all because of all the work that they do, from the ticket office to permits to all of just how they run it. Everyone in a yellow shirt is very knowledgeable and very helpful. So it was just great to have a really good Sunday. And again, there was a little bit of rain in turn 2, but it was a great event. It was fun. And so, yeah, I would say come out. If you live here, come out to that race. It is fun. And then the second thing is just that school starts on Friday, as Sean had said. So just be on the lookout in the morning. I know it's still going to be light out, but in the mornings, obviously our kids walk. So just be aware that they're walking from all the way across town in many instances, and then after school as well, around that 2:45 time. Just be on the lookout for kids, because I know everyone's very distracted when they drive. So that's really it. Be on the lookout for kiddos, and hopefully a great start to the school year. Thank you to our schools and everything that the teachers are doing now to prepare, for a good school year. That's all I got.
All right, thank you. Sean?
Nothing from me tonight.
Vince?
I just want to put up kudos to the hauler event. I mean, it was 5 o'clock, those trucks were right there. I was really amazed at 90-degree weather and the number of families and kids out going up and down Main Street. And I mean, it was a really quick event. They had some drivers there signing autographs for the kids. The trophy was there so that some people could get shots of that, and it was a nice event, even though it was 90-some degrees. So, thank you. That's all I got.
All right, Jason?
Nothing for me.
And then, just always glad to see the race is done, which means, we get a little bit of a break before we have to start doing this again next year. So just looking forward, hopefully that, there's still some events and stuff that are going to be planned out through the year. And I'm sure Cheryl and Tammy will be keeping us up to date on that. But other than that, can't believe school is going to be starting again here. Only one in the school system now, which is going to be different for me. Before I have, here in a couple weeks, have to take my 18-year-old down to Huntsville for school. So that's going to be a little bit sad. But with that, I think we'll call this meeting adjourned. It is 7:28 and meeting adjourned.